YouTube. What the fuck is that? So hello, welcome back to my YouTube channel. My name is Tegan Omenchain, and I am a survivor of wisdom teeth extraction. Dun dun dun! So I just want to tell everyone about my journey in my wisdom teeth extraction. So here we go. Drum, please. January 9th, I get my wisdom teeth out with my sister alongside me. We go, we get them out, not a big deal. I crash right out, get my IV in, boom. I take them out, I'm up, I make my little renegade TikTok. I'm on a little bit of drugs. Go home, take some hydros, lay in bed all day. It's freaking the life. I'm like, oh my god, this is not bad at all. So then, a couple days pass. Still hurts a little bit, but not too bad. Third day, run out of hydros. I'm like, huh, that's unfortunate. Whatever, still fine. Got this nice little bottle of ibuprofen. I'm not sponsored by any of these companies, so don't think I am. I use my ibuprofen. I love ibuprofen. It's the best thing ever. I'm just taking my ibuprofen. It's fine. So day 5, I guess, Monday, I go back to the dentist to get my stitches taken out. But I think that these stitches on this side had already fallen out the night before because I definitely pulled a little piece of string out of my mouth, which was probably the stitch. So I go back to the dentist in hopes to get more hydro because I was still in pain. They take out my stitches and he's like, oh, you're gonna feel so much better now that you took your stitches out. Like, it's just magic once the stitches come out. I'm like, okay. But the stupid little doctor lady just shoved her tools in my little holes in my mouth, and it just hurt so bad. So I was like, ah! So then I'm in more pain than I was when I got there, and I'm like, oh, this is unfortunate. So I leave, no hydros in hand, no prescription in hand. I'm like, damn. And my mouth hurts even worse. So I'm like, damn. So then Tuesday, I'm supposed to be going to Texas Tech to visit my best friend. Right? Sounds so much fun. That my whole wisdom teeth fiasco would be done by now. It's fine, I've done a recovery. So then Tuesday, I take my penicillin, as I have been, and penicillin are the antibiotics. So I'm taking my penicillin, and I didn't eat that much. I just had a protein smoothie, or protein shake, smoothie with protein in it, whatever. And I get to work, I'm like, oh my god. So I start working 2 hours into my shift. I'm like, I'm gonna pass out. So I tell my boss, I'm like, I need to go to the bathroom. I think I'm gonna puke. So I go to the bathroom, I puke. I'm like, oh, that felt awesome. So then I have to leave work when I puke. So I left work, went back home, and was like, well, I don't want to drive 5 hours to Lubbock, Texas right now because I'm gonna puke. So I stay at home. I puke again on the car ride home in a cup. So that was disgusting. And then I puke again when I get home after I've eaten. I'm like, oh my god. So then I take a nap, wake up, still not feeling stellar. So I'm like, okay, whatever. It's already 4 o'clock. I'm just going to go to Lubbock on Wednesday morning. So Wednesday morning, I wake up. I'm like, oh, I feel awesome. I'm driving to Lubbock. So I skirt my way down to Lubbock. My mouth's still hurting, you know. I have my ibuprofen and whatever the other one is called. The other like generic pain medication. I'm like alternating it, taking those, and then still hurting, but whatever. I also choose not to take this guy with me because this is what you use to flush your sockets out or your holes or whatever. And my cousin gave herself dry sockets by flushing too early, so I was like, I just don't want to have to deal with the dry socket in Lubbock, so I'm just going to leave this here and wait till Friday. So then I wait, don't take this. Then I get to Lubbock, my mouth hurts a lot. I'm like, oh, this is unfortunate. So then I go out, I party a little bit, not too hard though, just chilling. And I get home, I'm like, wow, my mouth hurts. I go to bed. Wake up at 5 o'clock in the morning. Can't go back to sleep, so that's awesome. Go with my friend to her 8 a.m. class. Totally fine. And then we go home from the 8 a.m. and I'm like, maybe I should look at my mouth. Like, I haven't even seen what they look like, so I should look at it. So realized that this side is like totally closed. And this side, there's this just big gaping black hole in my cheek. I'm like, so that's concerning. I feel like that's not how it's supposed to be. So then I freak out. Well, I don't freak out, but just silently freak out. So I call my mom, I call my dad, I call my sister. I call the dentist. And I'm like, so what is the move? What do I do? And my parents are like, you should go get a syringe somewhere and try to flush it. I'm like, okay, good idea. So I go around the entire city of Lubbock looking for a syringe, and nowhere has a freaking syringe. Not even the baby section. So finally I go to the Walgreens pharmacy, the actual pharmacy, and they give me this free syringe. 5 milliliters. You just go up to the pharmacy counter and ask for a syringe. So if you're ever looking for a syringe, you can go to the Walgreens counter and they'll give you a free syringe. So then, I get my free syringe, flushing my sockets or whatever. And I'm like, just flushing away, whatever. I'm like, okay, I clean it out. I also get some Orajel, and I'm just putting it all over this side of my mouth. So that I'm just gonna numb this side of my face, pretend this isn't happening, wait till I go home tomorrow, and then figure it out. So yeah, that was my plan. And then I'm flushing this for the second time, and I spit out what seems to be a blood clot. And I'm like, oh shit. Because a dry socket is when the blood clot dislodges that's in there, and then your nerves and your bone are exposed. So then, that sucks. So then, I'm like, damn, I really got a dry socket now. So then, I start freaking out a little bit more. So I call my mom and my dad again, and I'm like, what do I do? And so we call the doctor. Turns out the doctor is leaving at Friday morning at 9 o'clock in the morning. I'm like, huh. So I couldn't get home by then, because I would have to have left Lubbock at like 3 in the morning, which would not have worked. So I'm like, well, that's not gonna work out. So my parents are like, well, you should come home today. And I'm like, well, I got here yesterday, and I have not even been here for 24 hours. So yeah, no, I'm not coming home. This is not happening. So I don't go home. Do I regret that? No, I don't. Do my parents think I should regret that? Yes, they do. They've made that very clear. Whatever. So then, I'm just gonna stick this out, like, whatever, I'm fine. And it's like bar night, so we're just going crazy. Just kidding, I'm not very crazy, but I had to, like, be social and, like, suck it up. So I have my little heat back while we're just getting ready. And then when we're, like, hanging out with people, we go to a few different people's houses, and this was the method to reduce the pain. So you grab a paper towel, cut it in half. You just roll it like this into a tube as so. And then you just fold it to make this. And I did not want to go to the store to buy gauze, so I just used paper towels. I put it right here. And then by doing this, it just kept me from moving this side of my mouth really at all. And only this side of my mouth moved. So it just, like, didn't, I just was trying not to aggravate this. My jaw got a little sore, but, whatever. So then, I go out, got this in there, feeling fine. We get to the bars, I take it out. I end up having to make smaller ones at the bar with napkins and leave it farther in my mouth so it's not visible. But I had to do that because it hurt really bad. So then, I put a lot of ointment or Orajel on before I go to bed, wake up, drive home, get here. I'm really hurting. Tell my boss at work, because I had a shift. It's like, bro, I just can only work for like 2 hours, so please make my shift short. So I only go to work for 2 hours, come home, all is chill. Then my aunt, whom is a doctor, tells me she can call me in a prescription for pain meds. I'm like, sick. So she calls me in a prescription for some pain meds, which is a score. She's like, let me just pack your wound for you. Because the reason I couldn't get it packed is because when you get your dry sockets packed, you have to go back every 2 days for them to redo it. And I'm leaving to school in 2 days, so that wasn't gonna work. So she was like, the lady was like, sorry, you're just gonna have to take ibuprofen and sit it out, bro. I'm like, okay, whatever. So my aunt's like, I can pack it for you. I'm like, okay, cool. So then I get to my aunt's house, and she has this gauzy, stuffy stuff that's like yellow and like covered in some sort of, it's like what people actually use to stuff it. Like she asked some oral surgeon. It's like a 5x9 strip of gauze. And I'm like, there's no, so we cut off 1 inch. He said to use 1 inch of it. So we cut off 1 inch, and my aunt folded up into the ball, and I'm like, bro, there's no way that's fitting in that hole. Like, I don't know how you expect me to fit that in the hole. Thinking, because I was like this big in diameter, and I thought the hole was like that big in length. Turns out it's like this big in length, for all of you that didn't know. So then we're like, okay, that's not gonna work. So we cut off this really tiny piece of gauze that's like a 1x1 square. And we just make a little tiny ball of it and shove it right in there. We're like, oh, perfect. It fits. Meh. So then I get home. Within 3 minutes, I get home. I just go to look at it because I'm paranoid, and I look at it and it's not there anymore. I'm like, weird. So then I try to grab some tweezers and stick them down my hole to grab it out of there so I can put a bigger piece in. I can't find it. I'm like, oh, that's concerning. So I go back to my aunt's house. She tries to look for it. She digs the tweezers even further in there, like farther than either of us knew the tweezers would go. It's like, yeah, so she's pulling at my tissue, thinking it's the gauze. We both had no idea what were going on. She's like, yeah, I'm not getting that out of there. My mouth's just filling with blood momentarily. I'm like, oh, good. So then she's like, well, you can just wait because it'll come out eventually. Or we can stick more in there, the whole strip, how we were supposed to do in the first place, but we didn't know. And it hopefully will stick together, and then when you pull it out, they'll both come out. I was like, okay, that's a good idea. So she shoves this gauze in there, probably really bloody now. So now I have the whole gauze how it's supposed to be. Now my socket is packed. And I have more pain meds. So really, it's a win. So I have a packed socket, I have pain meds, and I got a freaking party in Lubbock. So I think it was a 3-way win for me. Moral of the story. If you have your wisdom teeth out and you get a dry socket, just don't do it at home. Thank you for watching my wisdom teeth story.
Goodbye.
Like and subscribe.